Hey, hey, it's Coyote Christina, surfer, author, dream weaver. We are in week 7 of the Amazed and Amused campaign. And it is Movement Monday, so I'm going to do another yoga pose. I'm actually going to do 2 yoga poses today because they're really good interchangeably. You can choose to just do one of them or you can combine them. We're going to do plank pose, and that's for stabilization, and that provides us equanimity in meeting challenges. So it's Chaturanga Dandasana, and Danda refers to the spinal cord both physically and as a channel for the subtle energy, the chakras we've been talking about. At an energetic level, Chaturanga refers to a point of stability in which the pose supports itself effortlessly. When the yogi is firmly centered in his own being, when a yogi is firmly centered in her own being, energy naturally flows along the subtle spine. Plank pose cultivates the equanimity that allows subtle energy to support longer holding. And the way I kind of describe that is sometimes you can almost use the breath, and when you're just thinking of the breath holding you, somehow the muscles aren't as strained. But that's after you've been practicing the pose. The first time you do plank pose, like if I haven't done plank pose for like a year and I do it, I'm like shaking within like 2 seconds. So, and then the second pose that we're going to do, which is for the transformation stage, is the joy of living. It's Ardha Mandalasana. So they call it the half circle pose, but I like to call it the butterfly. Like we open our arm and our wingspan, and we enter the transformation stage on the wings of butterfly, embrace our vulnerability and our strength at the same time. So mandala refers to any circular form that evokes unity. The symbol of a mandala naturally draws us towards its center, which represents our true self. The center point of the circle represents the individual and the whole simultaneously. As we rest within our center, we experience the inherent wholeness of our true being. And that, I feel that links to equanimity and plank pose as well. So let's just demonstrate these, and we'll go through. And they balance pitta and kapha. I personally love both of these poses, and I'm a kapha. No, I'm not a kapha. I'm a vata. So I find it interesting that these poses don't balance vata. It's just kapha and pitta. And in our joy of living, in the half circle pose, chakras 1 through 6 are activated. 6. And then in plank pose, it's just our lower chakras mainly, but then also our 6th eye when we use our gaze. Okay, so I'll just demonstrate these. We're gonna start in tabletop pose. So you want to come onto your mat. Once again, if your knees are tender, you can use a pillow under them. This mat's pretty cushy, so I don't need it. Or if you just have a towel or a blanket, if you put it under your knees, sometimes that can give you added cushion. That's nice. So just center. When we come into tabletop, we have our hands underneath our shoulders. We have our knees underneath our hips, and our backs should be flat, kind of parallel, called a neutral position. And so if you just want to do the half circle pose without the plank, you can just take your right foot and kick it out, step your left foot, raise that left arm, so that I'll come back a little so you can see my hand. So now your right palm is on the ground, your right knee, and you're lifting up into a half circle pose. I call it butterfly, or in butterfly wings, embracing the joy of life. If we want to combine plank pose with this, to make it more challenging, I like to step back into plank pose first, and then hold plank for just 2 or 3 breaths. Sometimes I do 8 or 10 if I'm really ambitious. And just feel that subtle energy moving, feeling the breath moving up and down the spine. And then dropping that knee, once again stepping that left and opening the half circle. And now we're breathing, just feeling the energy move from the palm of the hand that's on the ground up to the fingertips, and then back down from those fingertips. So there's energy moving along the arms. And then there's also energy, you can feel it from the edge of the foot moving to the top of the head, and then back down from the top of the head to the edge of the foot. On your next breath, inhale the arm so it drops your top arm. Left arm falls over the left ear, so now you're feeling that line of energy move from the fingertips all the way down to the side of the foot. And breathing into that left side of the body, you're feeling and then on your next inhale, inhale back up to where your arms are pretty much perpendicular to the floor. I still need to move down, don't I? And then if it's comfortable, let that arm opening, doing a heart opener, opening the heart. And then just imagining a big white ball behind you that's holding you up. And then breathing from the back side of your heart, breathing in through your back. The energy from that white ball, healing energy coming into your body through the back of your heart. And then on your next exhale, you can come down. You can either come down back into tabletop, taking a few breaths, noticing how you feel. If you want to do a more challenging series, you can come back down to plank pose. Taking a few breaths. See if you can feel that subtle energy, focusing on the breath, helping to hold the body in place. And dropping that left knee, turning that left foot out, kind of in the way. Am I in this ring? I should have moved the mat back. Lifting that right arm up. So here we are. Feeling a line of energy from the palm of the hand on the ground up to the fingertips, and letting that energy flow back down from the fingertips to the palm. And also notice the energy flowing from the edge of the foot to the top of the head. So you have two energy flowing in two directions while you enjoy half circle pose. Then inhale that right arm up over the right ear. And now just thinking about that energy traveling along the side of the body that's facing the sky. Feeling that energy move from the fingertips down to the side of the foot and back up and down, and breathing once again into that right lung, opening up the right side of the body. And on their next inhale, inhale that right arm up. And then if it's comfortable, just letting that right arm fall, doing, once again, opening the heart, chest opener. And imagining there's just a big fluffy ball behind you, holding you up. It's a white light in that ball. Breathing that white light into the body, through the back of the heart. Then on the inhale, you can come back to plank if you like. Stepping back into plank. Taking 3 breaths on plank. And I'm going to add a pose just because I think it'd be a great one right now. Come down to your knees, lower down to your chest. And we're going to go into alligator pose. Since we just talked about alligator or crocodile, this is a great pose to turn your attention inward because it's forward facing. It's a great pose. It opens up your chest area for better breathing. So to expand the capacity of your lungs, this is a great way to expand the capacity of your lungs. And then it's just a great relaxation pose. Usually you lay your hands over top of each other and then your forehead on your hands if that's comfortable. I'm gonna take my glasses off. And then just letting your feet fall to each side, whatever's comfortable. And then breathing through the nose, laying in alligator, maybe it's crocodile. I think I call it alligator, but maybe it's crocodile. Really on those breaths, really making sure that you're breathing fully, not just in your chest, but down into your abdomen and down into your stomach. And this is also a great pose. I use this when my lower back is bothering me. I have a pretty stiff lower back. I try to stay active and do yoga every day to keep it in shape. But if you breathe into the lower back, if you just imagine that your breath is breathing into that lower back section, and when it's tight, think of the inhale bringing space and nurturing to that area. So adding space to get rid of that tightness, and then on the exhale, releasing all the tension from that tight area while keeping the space. So you're just breathing into your lower back, and then when you exhale, you're just releasing in all directions, letting the exhale go to all parts of the body and out of the body. So and right here into your lower back section, if you just think about that while you're laying with your head down. Just using every inhale breath to bring nurturing and space to any tightness in the area, to the tightness of that lower back, and then using that exhale to release all that tension but keep the space. So I hope you enjoy. That's our Movement Monday. That's the movement for the week. So I just added crocodile pose, but started with the what did we do? We started in plank or tabletop, and then we went into the joy of living. So hope you enjoy that. Have a great night. I'm looking forward to week 7 here. I can't believe it. Only 3 more weeks to go here. So transformation stage. We're on the wings of butterfly. Join us tomorrow. Bye-bye.